I chose the topic speech perception in the brain for my presentation. Speech perception is the process by which the sounds of language are heard, interpreted, and understood. Understanding languages is an extremely important aspect of being a human being, and this is according to the authors of our textbook. Processing human speech is very complex and important. Equally important to processing language is producing language. The history of understanding speech is really interesting. The history of understanding speech and language dates back to the 19th century. Two neurologists were instrumental in our understanding and processing of speech and language, and those two neurologists are Pierre Broca and Carl Wernicke. Pierre Broca is known for being one of the first to associate speech areas of the brain with unique language functions. Interestingly, the area of the brain named after Broca is different from what he studied in the patient. Carl Wernicke is known for correctly identifying the areas for production of language and for the comprehension of language. Wernicke's area in the brain is vital for understanding language. Broca's area is found in the left frontal lobe directly in front of the primary motor cortex. This area is a vital area for the production of speech. Something associated with Broca's area is aphasia, and it is an impairment in language production or comprehension brought on by some sort of neurological damage. Broca's aphasia is the damage to Broca's area of the brain. It is characterized by non-fluent speech. Interestingly, language comprehension is normal. People with this get frustrated at their inability to speak. They have an understanding of meaning but cannot translate a speech. And I feel a personal connection to this because I sometimes when I speak I stutter, so I tend to get frustrated, so I can kind of relate to what they feel when they have this. Wernicke's area is found in the left temporal lobe and is critical in understanding language. Damage to this area results in deficits in the comprehension of language. This is also known as Wernicke's aphasia. If severe, Wernicke's aphasia can result in a complete loss of understanding language. Speech in someone who has this is fluent, but it may not make sense to someone who is listening because they cannot even understand what they are saying. Unlike people with Broca's, people with Wernicke's are not aware of their problems. Another thing that was in this section of the book was it's called a thing called voice area. The voice area is an area located in the superior temporal sulcus that responds to the sound of the human voice, but less so to other stimuli. So it would not respond to a cat's meow or dog's bark as well as it does to a human voice. Research is in the beginning stages of using an fMRI to know what someone is thinking about based on how their brain responds, which is pretty cool if you ask me. I chose this topic because I have a personal connection with the topic. Sometimes when I speak, I stutter. So I thought I could possibly learn a little more about why I have that issue and what could possibly be done to help me with that or even solve it. I also chose this topic because speech perception and how it goes along with the brain is very interesting to me. The summary of this is speech perception and how it interacts with the brain is very interesting, also very important to psychology in different areas. Pierre Broca and Carl Wernicke were two neurologists who were instrumental in research of the brain and speech, and they each have an area of the brain named after them. And I found that really interesting. I actually found this entire section of the chapter interesting, and I really enjoyed your class. Thank you.